Welcome back, Commanders. Today we're going to go over some of the new updates in the latest NTL devlog, starting with the star map UI. In the original star map, they were the icons here were made of quads, and you can see there's a lot of artifacting around the edges. And what I wanted to do was just clean it up and make it look pretty. And that's what I did. I moved it over to a UI system, so now all the icons are nice and sharp. They lose the bloom effect, but honestly, for the quality improvement, I'm happy with it, and it gives me a little bit more control. Moving on to inventory. In the previous system, you could create, through a combination of clicks, some weird behavior. So here we uninstall a weapon from a hardpoint, and we should be able to install the next one. But as you can see, it doesn't go through. Okay? And that was that was one of many weird behaviors. In the new system, the inventory is a lot more aware of what hardpoint is being focused on. So here we can uninstall a weapon and reinstall it. We can uninstall multiple ones, and it just works. I've also added a protective system where if you want to destroy a weapon, you have to click on the same weapon twice in a row. Clicking on any other button will cancel the destroy, so it's very difficult to accidentally destroy an item. Moving on to engines and thrusters. In the old system, engines and thrusters were connected. You could turn the ship using the bridge, but the engines were responsible for the thrusters strafing side to side and as well as up and down. That just felt weird that the thrusters would work sometimes but not others. So what I wanted to do was unify that. And what you'll see here in a second is now the thruster system is fully unified as a thruster system, okay, in all directions. So that is, if the bridge is if the bridge is in control of the thrusters, you can have thrusters in any direction, right? So using the new system now, engines control just the engines. So if I disable the engines, you still have full control with thrusters side to side, up and down, as well as turning. And I thought this would create a nice dynamic where in a firefight, if you lose engines, you still have some capabilities to try to find cover or maneuver for a better angle. And similarly, if you lose thrusters, you still have engines to propel you forward and backwards for some basic evasive maneuvers. So I thought that was a nice separation of components. And here's the big one, the one that took me the longest to implement, saving and loading. In a roguelike game such as NTL, right? This was the previous system, just under construction. Now the system is fully implemented, and there's a lot of data to be saved. So I made it set up where everything gets recreated. You see the prototype UI that I have in place right here. Just a basic sort of save name, and it creates the name, the date, and the time, as well as a screenshot of where you currently are, which I thought was nice. So when you come back to load later, you can see it. You can also start over now instead of having to exit the game and begin again. So those are the updates, and here's a little bonus for everyone. Please enjoy.